Welcome to AGU's Science Policy Training Series. In this video, we'll be covering the federal legislative process in the U.S. Before we talk about the process itself, let's quickly go over the main actors involved. The federal legislative process has three main actors: Congress, which includes the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, and the President. It is also important to note that thousands of bills get introduced each year, but only about 10 to 15% of them actually make it through the full process and become law. All laws in the U.S. begin as bills. Before a bill can become a law, it must be approved by the U.S. House of Representatives, the U.S. Senate, and the President. So let's start at the beginning during a bill's introduction. A bill begins as an idea. The idea could come from a member of Congress, but it could also come from an interest group, the executive branch, or even from a citizen like you. But the formal process begins when a member of Congress from either chamber introduces the bill. When a bill is introduced, a bill clerk assigns it a number. In the House, that number begins with HR, and in the Senate, it begins with S. After its introduction, the bill is referred to a committee by the Speaker of the House, or in the Senate's case, the Senate parliamentarian. Both chambers of Congress have standing committees according to topic, where designated groups of legislators will review bills before voting on whether to advance them to the full chamber. If the committee members would like more information before deciding if a bill should advance, the bill is sent to a subcommittee consisting of a small group of committee members, where the bill is closely examined and expert opinions are gathered before reporting their findings to the full committee. While the overall size of their membership may vary, each committee and subcommittee is led by a chair designated by the majority party and a ranking member designated by the minority party. In terms of the overall legislative process, committees act as a filter, deciding which of the thousands of introduced bills will make it to the full chamber for consideration. After a committee has reviewed and researched a bill, it may take one of three actions. If the committee finds the bill agreeable, it may vote to advance the bill with a recommendation to pass it, also referred to as reporting favorably. Often, bills will be amended or marked up by the committee and then reported favorably. If the committee finds the bill disagreeable, it may still vote to advance the bill, but with a recommendation that the full chamber not pass the bill, also referred to as reporting negatively. The third action occurs most often, in which the committee takes no action at all. Most bills end up being tabled or pigeonholed. In other words, put away, never to be acted on. Now, you may have noticed in the legislative process diagram that the House has an extra step. That's because in the House, most bills also have to go through the Rules Committee before reaching the full floor. The Rules Committee controls the House calendar and acts as the traffic cop for the House. The committee determines if and when a bill will be considered and how much time will be allowed for its debate. It also decides if the bill may be amended during the debate. It's also important to note that, like in other committees, a bill could end up being tabled or pigeonholed by the Rules Committee. If the bill is passed by the committee or committees with jurisdiction over the bill, it is then sent or reported to the House or Senate floor. Once reported, a bill is ready to be debated and voted on by the full chamber. When a bill is debated, members of the presiding chamber, House or Senate, discuss the bill and explain why they agree or disagree with it. Members then have the opportunity to recommend changes to the bill through amendments. While this might all sound relatively simple, there are significant procedural differences in each chamber. For example, in the House, debate is limited by the rules formulated in the Rules Committee and can be ended by a simple majority vote or more than one-half. However, in the Senate, debate is unlimited and members can speak as long as they want, unless 3/5 of the Senate agrees to end debate, called cloture. Unless cloture is invoked, senators can use what's known as a filibuster to block a bill by talking it to death. Another significant procedural difference between the chambers is that the House most often requires proposed amendments be relevant to the subject of the bill, while in the Senate, amendments don't have to be relevant. allowing entire bills to sometimes be offered up as amendments to other unrelated bills. After debate and when all changes have been made, the bill is ready to be voted on. A simple majority, or 51%, in both chambers is needed to pass a bill. If the majority vote for and pass the bill, it moves to the other chamber to go through a similar process of committees, debate, and voting, unless that chamber already has a similar bill under consideration. Both chambers must pass the same version of the final bill before it gets sent to the President. If the House and Senate pass the same bill, then it is sent directly to the President. However, if the House and Senate pass different bills, they are sent to what's known as a conference committee. Most major legislation goes to a conference committee. Members from both the House and the Senate form a conference committee, which is usually made up of senior members who are appointed by the presiding officers of the committee that originally dealt with the bill. The main purpose of this joint committee is to work out the differences between the two bills so that the House and Senate versions are exactly the same. If the conference committee reaches a compromise, it prepares a written conference report, which is submitted to each chamber for final approval. The conference report must then be voted on and passed by both houses. If both chambers pass the final bill, it will then be sent to the President. When a bill reaches the White House, the President has 10 days to make one of three choices. The President can sign the bill, veto the bill, or do nothing at all. Let's take a closer look at these options. If the bill receives the President's signature, it is deemed approved and becomes federal law. The President can also choose to veto the bill, in which case the bill is rejected and returned to Congress unsigned with the reasons for the veto. However, Congress can override the veto with a 2/3 vote of those present in both the House and the Senate, in which case, if passed, the bill becomes law. The third option the President has is to do nothing. In this case, however, one of two things can happen. If Congress is in session after 10 days of no answer from the President, the bill then automatically becomes law. However, if Congress adjourns or goes out of session within that 10-day period after giving the President the bill and it is not signed, the bill does not become law. This is called a pocket veto and is typically only used when the President doesn't want a law to pass, but for political reasons doesn't want to veto it either. That concludes this training. For questions regarding the information covered in this video, please contact us at sciencepolicy@agu.org. Thanks.